It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Maxwell.
Pleasure to be made, Sam.
You've thrown me.
Swedish metal band.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Coming to town. It's not important right now because...
Like Santa Claus.
Well, different month. Once I realised... Let me just get off my cable. I was sitting on my... I'm all over the shop here. Sitting on my laptop cable. Buddy, anyway.
There's a lot happening.
There's a lot happening.
Big going on.
But more than anything, is this dropping on a Wednesday?
Hot Wednesday cont, Sam.
Short for content.
Yeah, short for content.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
I was hoping that.
You filthy cont. And
Why are we dropping on a Wednesday?
we've changed it up, Sam. We're coming to people's feeds a little bit differently at the moment.
I'm still choking.
when
Unique New York.
when Sam finishes dying over there,
Red leather, yellow leather. Irish wristwatch.
we realised that our podcasts were getting quite long.
Yes, they were. Fuck, I was sitting here for hours.
They were coming in at if we included an interview and Vinyl Club, we're coming in at a hot hour and a half, and I was like, that's a lot of content for people to take in to listen to all in one go.
It is a lot of cont.
It's a big cont, and Sam, we thought we'd break it up. We thought we'd open that cont up, and Sam, I thought
Content.
Content is what I'm saying. I don't have time, Sam. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to cut down on time, so
Efficiency.
I'm shortening some words to cont, and
To continue?
yeah, exactly. And I thought, what better way to split up our regular show?
Yeah.
From one big block episode into three more manageable bite-sized pieces.
Bite-sized pieces.
Exactly.
If it was a biscuit, you could fit it in your mouth.
Exactly. It'd be a big biscuit if you couldn't. Anyway, so
Well, I'm thinking, like one of those fruit crackers, because they're quite large.
they're a bit grim, aren't they?
They're a bit grim. They're a bit wide. They're a bit long. I've never had that problem.
Yeah. Look, I've never met a girthy biscuit that I couldn't eat.
Like a bit of sourdough. Sometimes you just can't get the breadth.
A
into your
sourdough.
gob.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's always a good point. So
That's always a good point.
always a good point. Always consider that when you're eating your sourdough. Sam,
That was just like, yeah, sick.
this is going to require some trimming, but essentially, so
That's crazy.
Wednesdays,
Yes.
we'll be coming in with the stupid shit that you know and love. That is our main part of the show. The first part of the show where Sam and I talk about what we've been listening to. Sam opens up his suitcase. We bring something new each, and just some silly banter.
Classic pants.
Fridays, you'll still get a hot cont drop on a Friday, which will be our interviews.
Yep.
So coming up this week, bit of forward sell here.
Ooh.
We're chatting with the Brisbane band Juno.
Great movie.
Great movie.
Better
and
band.
Great band. So stick around for that. And then on a Monday,
Next Monday.
as that whips around, everyone's favourite exclusive secret club, Vinyl Club. I don't know why club. I shouldn't have said club twice. Secret Society, Vinyl Club will hit. Yeah, this is visual content, of audio medium.
Yep.
Will hit
The feed on Mondays.
exactly. So you'll have all the 78 amp that you know and love
3 times a week.
3 times a week. Just
In your feed 3 times a week.
We'll spread that content across the week.
All of a sudden, our fans and listeners are loving Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Exactly. You get a bit of time off.
Yeah.
And Saturday, Sunday.
And Saturday, Sunday. Because we don't work weekends.
No.
And neither should you.
And we don't work weekdays either.
No, we don't. But, well, it's exciting. And there's a lot to get through because it's the same show, just different shit.
Same show, just shorter day to do it.
Tightly packed.
Yep. Anything new that you've been listening to this week?
Let me just finish chewing my ice cubes like a professional.
Please.
Yummy. I've been listening to Sincere by Karl. His new album.
Yeah.
And just great background music,
Yep.
which is probably a bit offensive to Karl, not that he listens, but it's just good R&B. He's got a great voice, that man.
Yeah.
It's just very laid back.
Very nice.
And I've been getting into Gracie Abrams a bit.
Gracie Abrams.
Yes.
What? I mean, the name rings a bell. How do I know
Quite
Gracie?
poppy.
Yeah, right.
I don't know why you know Gracie Abrams. I feel like her name's growing. She's in the same realm as like Renee Rapp, Lizzie McAlpine, Macy Peters vibes.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like Sabrina Carpenter's just pulling a bunch of independent female artists with her to the forefront, which is great.
Sure.
But I've heard a lot about Gracie Abrams, and I've been listening to Gave You I, Gave You I.
Gave You I.
Yeah.
GAVE space. Oh, okay, it is. It's Gave.
Not I Gave You, Gave You I.
Yeah, right. Okay.
And
yeah,
it's, quite catchy. Recommend it for, that's a bit different, a bit poppy.
Very nice.
But you've got something that could be of interest.
Do I? Oh, I do.
It's your something. It's on the run sheet.
I had forgotten that I wrote that down.
How professional are we? New show, and all of a sudden we're slipping and sliding all over the joint.
Look, two things before I get to that. What's written down? The other one that I had for something new is the Charlie XCX version of Guess with Billie Eilish.
So good,
man. Fucking slap city.
It's so good.
It's like, to be fair, we kind of didn't bring up Brat Summer. We glossed over it mostly, and like it's a fantastic album. I think. I do have some issues with it. I think there are a couple of filler tracks in there. Like, I don't think it's a perfect 10 out of 10.
No.
I think there's a lot of really good songs in there, but there's a few, I'd say like 3 or 4 that I was like, yeah, we could cut these and I wouldn't care. But Guess, the original version is an awesome track. And now the Billie Eilish verse on there as well, just slaps hard.
And it just makes that bass drop even harder. Yep. And that bass drop has no right to be so filthy on a pop song.
Yep. Someone said to me the other day that it sounds like a Daft Punk song if Daft Punk were in the business of fucking. And I got to agree, frankly.
Yeah. Actually, even my girlfriend said to me the other day, because she's big into Brat.
She's having a Brat summer, is she?
She's having a Brat summer.
Yeah.
She goes, I think I get it. I think I have a crush on Billie Eilish.
Yeah, right?
I was like, join the rest of the world.
It's just like the confidence, I think.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't seen the video, and she goes, see what I mean? And I was like, she's got her hat backwards. She's wearing 3/4 length pants and a vest. And I'm like, I don't get it, but it's the confidence.
It's the confidence.
Swagger.
It's the swagger. It's the like I'll let you drive this. Like, you know, metaphorical.
I'm here if you want
car.
it.
Yeah.
But you've got to want it.
Yeah, exactly.
So you got to work for it.
Yeah.
You can have it if you work for it.
So yeah, Guess, the Billie Eilish remix of Guess has been getting a lot of playtime in Max Higgins' playlists. It's been spinning on my playlist a lot, Sam.
Has it? We ask that every week.
I know.
Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to bring up, which you did forward sell a little bit, is our good friends over at the Walt Disney Corporation, Sam.
I wouldn't say they're our friends.
No, I have nothing to do with any of them, frankly.
No, I've never met Walt.
Be incredible if you had.
Or Mickey.
I've met Mickey.
Of course you have.
Yeah. Don't worry about how that happened. Anyway.
How did that happen?
Oh, we'll get it.
You're going to have to get into it now.
No.
You just went to Disneyland, didn't you?
Yes. Leave me alone. He's real. Our good friends over the Walt Disney Corporation are releasing a collection of some of their biggest songs from a range of Disney movies.
Yep.
With a twist, Sam. And guess what the twist is? They're pop punk covers.
So it's Pop Punk Goes Disney.
Pop Punk Goes Disney. They're calling it Disney's A Whole New Sound, which is a nod to A Whole New World from the film Aladdin, Sam. That's the one with the genie.
Oh.
Yeah.
And the poverty turned prince.
Yeah, there is a lot of rampant poverty and a broken system in that film, as per most Disney films, actually. They
Rags to riches.
They really gloss over a lot of the paupers for a lot of stories about the aristocrats, you know?
Yeah.
Take that, the bourgeoisie.
That's not going to come through on the subtitles.
I think everyone in the Disney films should read The Communist Manifesto by Karl Marx, and boy, there'd be different stories, wouldn't they?
Game changer.
Game change. I mean,
have you read it? I haven't read it.
I've skimmed. He rabbits on a bit, Marx, doesn't he?
Few too many pages for me.
Oh, like, brother, we get it. Seizing the means of production, yada, yada, yada. Oh, from each their fucking skill, to each their fucking need. Blah, blah, blah. All right, we get it. Manifesto, bloody, man, testing my patience. Anyway.
That was a stretch.
I didn't come armed with good jokes today, Sam. So I wanted to read off the track listing, because I've released the track list, but they haven't released the actual album itself yet.
Yeah.
So the one that they started with was "Can You Feel the Love Tonight" from Lion King, covered by Simple Plan.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, weigh in if you want. Eye to Eye by Magnolia Park from the Goofy movie was the follow-up.
Yeah.
But here's some of the highlights that I wanted to go through. So, Go the Distance from Hercules by We the Kings.
Yep.
You've Got a Friend in Me, the Toy Story, classic by Meet Me at the Altar.
Yep. I don't know them.
No, neither do I, to be honest. You'll Be in My Heart, which is from Tarzan. By our good friends of the show, Boys Like Girls. Let It Go, obviously from Frozen by Law. I'm going to assume the struck through O's are the same as they would be if I was Swedish. Any others that you want to call out?
Yeah, I want to do A Whole New World by Yellow Card. Because I just feel like they'll get to the high notes and it'll be like, a whole new world. Like that twang. Newfound Glory's doing Part of Your World.
Yep. Yes. Yep.
Yuck. Part of your world.
You know what?
Dad doesn't understand.
A Whole New World by Yellow Card really could have been A Whole New Avenue.
There's a place on Ocean Avenue with a magic carpet and genie too. I still don't understand how they can headbang well.
Just having a fiddle. Oh, good catch though. Good recovery.
Catch him.
Hands like houses over there, Sam. Friend Like Me from The Jungle Book by Bowling for Soup.
Yep.
I kind of fuck with that.
Wait,
I apologize. That's not from Jungle Book. That is Aladdin.
Friends Like Me.
Yeah. Never had a friend like me. I was thinking of I Want to Walk Like You, Talk Like... That's Jungle Book. I got those two wires crossed in my brain, Sam.
You did.
And I've uncrossed them now.
Tell you what, Boys Like Girls have they got massive shoes to fill.
I think they can do it.
Philip Collins, You'll Be in My Heart.
Lucky it's not from The Lion King. Much better film. Anyway, so that's something to watch out for. I think when that comes around and gets dropped, they might be worth a listen. Bit of a talk about.
Bit of a talky.
Bit of a chat, Sam.
Bit of a chitty-chatty.
Yeah.
I like it. Well, brings us on to our next topic.
Yeah.
Because the man who is known as Frank Ocean.
Oh, yeah, Frank Ocean.
The man that is Frank Ocean. Is he making new music?
It's about time. His last album, Blonde, came out in 2016.
16.
I was going to say 17. Oh, it's so much further back than I thought.
Since then he's done Dear April and Cayendo.
Are they albums or are they...
They're just songs.
Songs, right.
In 2020. But he's been very active on social media. There's footage of him in the studio.
Okay.
He's dancing around in mirrors. He's growing his hair out a bit.
Frank.
He's hitting the gym. He looks shredded. But the feeling is... now he's a bit more active on social media, which he never usually is. This is what he did with Blonde. He got a bit active and then the next week he dropped the album.
Yeah.
So could this be a sign that Frank the Tank is about to drop?
He's back.
He's back.
He's back.
I mean, were you much of a Frank Ocean man?
I hate to no. I wasn't.
No, it's okay.
I respect him as an artist in the sense that I think he makes kind of cool music, but it's very sad. Well, not all of it, but a lot of it is.
It is.
Like something like Super Rich Kids, I kind of get around.
Yep.
Or nothing beats the a potato flew around my room vine.
A potato flew around my room before you came, excuse.
Yep. That one, obviously, based on a Frank Ocean classic.
Thinking About You.
Which
you didn't know the name of.
No, but it's the vine that I care about, not the song.
Potato flew around my room.
It's so good.
Look, I did have this discussion with my girlfriend who has gotten me onto the Frank Ocean train because she is a diehard Frank Ocean fan.
Right.
I do think Blonde is better than Channel Orange. From listening from top to bottom. It's a better overall experience because he's a bit experimental. He does some very cool things. Channel Orange arguably has better songs.
Yep.
Like Pyramids is an incredible song, but it goes for, where is it? 10 minutes.
Yeah, too long.
Yep, for you it is. But I reckon some of his best songs aren't on albums.
Okay.
So if you are a listener like Max who doesn't necessarily get around Frank Ocean and only know Channel Orange and Blonde and think, a bit sad or a bit slow or just a bit meh, like I did for a long time.
Yep.
I'll give you some to start with.
Sure. Give me the Frank. I was trying to think of a pun. It's my brain didn't fire. So
Yeah.
Filthy Frank's
I'll give
5.
you some frankincense.
Yes.
Yeah, you really aren't firing today.
I'm really not firing today.
I'd go In My Room.
Mm.
That's one.
Mm-hmm.
I would go Chanel.
Oh, yes.
I would listen to Pyramids. That's like 3 songs in one, but it's a great time.
I'll have to pencil in time in the diary for that.
You will. Swim Good
Mm-hmm.
and Novocaine.
Okay.
Start with those 5.
All right.
And it'll take you probably, with Pyramids in there, it'll take you at least 50 minutes. But look, for Frank Ocean diehard fans out there
Yep.
who weren't put off by his Coachella lack of appearance,
Mm-hmm.
this could be up your alley.
Okay. All right.
Keep your mouth peeled.
Right. Look, if nothing else, I enjoy how much Frank Ocean pushes a bit of like pop to a different direction. In ways, in a similar kind of way to Vampire Weekend, I got to say. Anyway, that's neither here nor there, Sam. Sam, does the music video matter anymore?
Vampire Weekend certainly don't.
Look, their album was fine. It was okay. I was scrolling on the talk recently, Sam, and a different publication, one to which I actually genuinely can't remember the name. I'm not trying to like steal content. I just genuinely can't remember the name of the publication that had it. Came out and basically said that it was someone who produced music videos for bands, for Aussie bands.
Yep.
And they came out and said they would rather spend the money that you use to shoot a music video to produce like 5 or 10 shorter, punchier video clips that you could post on social media and
Social
amplify.
media.
Exactly.
Yes.
Now,
Just seeing how much battery the camera had left.
I thought you were like, fuck me, there's a camera there. Now,
We've been filmed.
You're the social media guru here in this house.
Yes.
What are your thoughts? What do you think?
Well, I can't really remember the last time I watched a music video back in the day when you'd spend like $2.19 on iTunes to buy a music video.
Yeah,
You'd put it on your iPod Touch and you just watch it.
Yep.
Those days are gone.
Yeah.
And we were saying off air that nowadays it just seems like artists are spamming the same song 10, 20 times on TikTok and Instagram and just doing different iterations of the same video.
Yeah.
They'll like play it live. They'll go, did I just write the song of the summer? And it'll be fucking terrible. Or like POV, you just had your heart broken, but you're putting the pieces back together.
Yeah.
And then
Then it goes into like,
I
don't miss you. Stinkfist by Tool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a while. Stained. I don't think the music video matters anymore. And I do think the way consumerism is going suggests that...
This is a communist show, isn't it?
Marxy. I do think the way it's going suggests that your money could be better spent elsewhere.
Yeah, right.
And I also think that a lot of bands are putting in and investing a lot of money into touring photographers and videographers, which again goes to social media. But I think at the end of the day, that stuff gets the clicks.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough.
Did you ever watch music videos?
I'll advocate for the devil here. I did. I still get around a music video because sometimes I just like to see like how an artist wants to like portray this song. Yeah. Like it adds an extra like element to like not only to like literally like a visualization of the song, but also like how does the artist think that this song is going to be received? Like, is it a fun music video? Is it a silly music video? Is it like a very self-serious like?
So silly.
Yeah, like that's still a silly one. Like, you know what I mean? Like sometimes it's like a song that I thought was just like this fun rollicking rock and roller. You look at the music video and it's like sad on the train. And you're like, oh, that's this artist clearly sees this as a lot more serious than I do.
They're staring out the window. It's raining.
Exactly.
And you just hear Kelly Clarkson go. Da-da-dun-da-dun.
Sends you a go.
I was doing Breakaway.
I was on another train. I'm gonna two reasons that I think at least let's go with fair, like moderate, small to moderate bands could still consider it a good music video. One, I think YouTube is still such a big music discovery platform.
Yeah.
And the video, I mean, obviously you can like literally just listen to music on YouTube, like, you know, like as a still image that becomes a video, and that is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like giving someone another reason to engage with your song when that, you know, someone's going to look at a song if they've never heard of, they're going to look at it for 5 seconds and they're going to make a split-second decision of if they think it's going to be good. And it's just another reason to get someone to hang around. So that's part of it. I still fuck with rage, Sam. Call me old-fashioned. I still fuck with rage.
There are pills for that now.
Yeah. I'm an angry boy. Like, I still think it's... I would, like... Maybe it's a thing of a bygone era, but, like, being invited to host Rage and, like, guest program Rage is still a cool thing, I think.
Yeah.
And, like... To like you might pick 50 other bands that aren't your band, but I think like having small independent Australian artists to be able to be like, hey, this is a cool video from like some mates of ours is still pretty sick.
Sorry.
Yeah, really got you there. Really hammered you there.
No, I wasn't. There are different types of yawns, and I was doing an oxygen yawn because I'm focused and breathing out my nose. It means I'm not getting enough oxygen in, so I yawn to get my oxygen in.
Yeah, sure.
I'm not tired. I would agree, though. And I'd also suggest... I'm not going to suggest. I'm going to give you my piece.
Yeah, please.
I always admire a good music video.
Yeah.
And we've got a friend of the show who puts together amazing music videos in the heavier world.
Yep.
Third Eye Visuals.
He's been on the show, so we can shout him out.
Yeah. Benny Boy.
Benny.
And my lord, he does some sick shit.
Incredible stuff.
And there's another friend of the show, Josh Hickey.
Yep.
Incredible videographer in Brisbane. He's done some stuff for Dreg, and he also he does that, and then he goes and shoots for Red Balloon.
Yeah,
like there are some really talented videographers out there who arguably deserve the credit as well as the band who wrote the song.
Yeah.
So I think in a way there'll always be a place for music videos. I just don't think unless it's sick.
Things suck unless they're good.
Like if it's a performance music video,
yeah.
I'm not interested. But if there's like 6 shots.
Yeah.
Like the Dreg one I'm thinking of.
Hyperbole?
Hyperbole.
Motherfucking hyperbole.
No, you'll have to bleep this, but it's called dog
content.
Yeah.
Dog content.
Dog cons. But there's a shot of them. There's like planes in it. He's got them on the back of a ute, like strapped to the back of a ute, and he's fanging a drone next to him. Like,
it's pretty sick.
The videography is sick.
Yeah.
That stuff's cool, but don't go to a fucking forest or a warehouse and just start headbanging and doing choreographed fist throws and fucking... Oh, yuck. Spare me. Spare me the 4 minute now.
Look, that's... All of the above agree. You know what I mean? Like, I think that all makes sense. And maybe it's the case of, does the music video matter anymore? Well, maybe it just needs to change slightly to accommodate, like, getting those moments that are viral or have the potential to go viral, like, are shareable. I personally, and again, maybe I'm old, maybe I am still the end of the MTV generation. I do love watching just a few music videos. Like, I still throw on a cheeky bit of MTV and be like, this is pretty sick. Like, just seeing how it's all
fully sick.
Yeah. So
MTV. I can't.
That was the Simpsons melody.
No, it's
No, I know it's Dire Straits, but I think you might have gone one note off just and gone like the Simpsons.
I'm not a singer. Anyway.
He's working late because he's not a singer. But yeah, I think I'd miss it if the music video went away.
So would I. But I just don't think many people are putting in as much effort there.
That's fair enough.
But anyway, it's time to open the suitcase.
Zip zip.
Because the Olympics are on. So I thought it's time for a draft.
Yep. JR Jimmy Ricard.
This is the Olympic National Anthem draft.
Let's do it.
5 picks each.
Yep.
Scissors, paper, rock to see who gets pick 1.
All right.
Best anthem playlist.
Yep. Let's go.
Reign supreme.
Let's do it. You're picking first.
Pick number 1.
Yep.
There's a lot of pressure on this pick.
Big oppos.
With pick number 1, I'm going with France.
It's a classic.
It's a classic. Brisbane Lions theme song as well.
Well, that's to be fair. When they started singing it or doing that bit at the opening ceremony, I was like, not the lyrics I know. Frankly,
No.
they're not the boys from Brisbane Town.
We are the pride of Brisbane Town. Must say, must so. Anyway, pick number 2, Max. That goes to you. Your first pick.
Pick number 2, the Brazilian national anthem.
It goes off.
It's got some go on it. And you know, I don't want to cast any aspersions, but it's from South Africa, so maybe it's got a bit of go on it. You know, South Africa, South America. Africa's got to back over that.
How good is geography?
Yeah, I mean they're across the pond from each other.
Yeah, but they're different continents.
Your pick.
All right, with pick number 3, my second pick. I'm tossing up here between a couple, but I think, given the power that it has,
Yeah,
I'll go with the US.
it's another classic. I feel
Depends who sings.
it can be really good or really bad. Like it's a dice roll, you know. Like
As long as Fergie's not singing it,
yeah,
we're on. I think give it to anyone who doesn't go, oh, let's funk it up a bit. Then we're okay.
like a Whitney Houston. Like
Yeah.
classic.
Even I'd take a Josh Groban. Because you know it'll be boring, but it'll be done right.
Yeah, it is. It is pretty much the hardest anthem to sing because you do like an octave and like 3 notes, which is crazy for the average person, like the sportsman on the field.
Yeah.
Like you got to have someone who knows how to sing it.
Yeah, and Fergie can't.
No.
Anyway. Your second pick.
Look, I'm going to go for a homegrown favourite. It's Australia. Frankly, it's not the best national anthem.
not.
Gert can fuck off. It's an anthem girt by shit sometimes. But I am patriotic enough to love it despite that. And also it's short and over quite quickly.
Yeah. I feel like the Australian anthem, to us, it's normal. But
Yeah.
to everyone else, it must sound so ochre.
Yeah.
Like, Australians all let us. It's so dry. It's so bland.
It's
and
also...
it's just so. It sounds sour.
It does a little bit. And look, we're not sitting here bashing the anthem, but we are.
Well, we're the ones with the accent, so.
Yeah.
For we are young and free, one and free.
You know, it's changed now, hasn't it?
Apparently.
Anyway. The other thing that kind of annoys me about the Australian national anthem is like there's not like the Stars and Stripes, the US national anthem tells a specific story.
Yes.
The French national anthem, some of those lyrics are quite fucked up. Like it's very like this is the story of our country. This is who we are. This is what we represent. And like the Australian national anthem does it, but it's a bit too literal. It's like this is who we are. We are young and free.
We're an island.
Yeah.
With seas around us.
Exactly.
We're
If
girt
you
by
work,
sea.
you'll earn some money.
Yeah.
You know, like, and it's a bit too literal. Like, bit of like creative storytelling wouldn't have gone astray.
Meanwhile,
Australia
France is like, all for one and one for all. We'll answer the call. Go Lions. Sorry. Number 5, my third pick.
Yeah.
South Africa.
It's
We were listening to it before, and it's got some zest.
it does have a bit of zest on it.
Bit of pep.
Bit of go.
Because for the most part, we were listening through the anthems of the Olympics, and they're all quite church hymn.
Yeah. They're a bit slow dry.
Yeah, it's a bit dry. Whereas South Africa had a bit of pep in its step.
Yeah. Yep. Agreed.
Your pick 3.
I'm going to go for a historical favourite. The national anthem of the Soviet Union.
Well, that'd just be ROC.
Well, no, because different country.
Oh, we're doing a different Olympics.
It's a different. Russia and the Soviet Union are similar, but not quite the same for our historical nerds out there. But I think the Soviet national anthem just there's a bit of like
it's got a bit of like
bit of nostalgia. I'll tell you that much.
Das gut.
We're really getting. This is a very Marxist episode, isn't it?
I don't know. I'm not very good with politics, but I'll take your word for it.
Sure. Sam, your next pick.
Well, funny you say that. Ukraine.
At odds here.
Well, again, we were listening to it, and you'd run through a brick wall for that national anthem, I reckon.
Yep.
Like, I don't want to say too much, but like you're listening to it, and you're like,
You're feeling patriotic.
yeah, I'm feeling patriotic. I could
sign up to a defence force here.
Yeah, I could, do a few things in defiance. But the Ukrainian one stood out for me. So that's my pick 4.
Yep.
You've got 2 picks left.
This one, we might send this upstairs to the ref. It's not an Olympic anthem because it technically isn't for one country. It's the song that the Irish rugby team sing, Ireland's Call, that is for both the Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland when they compete together.
Score review. Umpire said tentative goal. Just want to check the grounding. And here we go, up to the bunker. I'll allow it if it's been sung at the Olympics.
I'm not sure. We'll have to come back on that. Because again, I don't...
Okay.
I think the Republic of Ireland competes at the Olympics, whereas in like your Six Nations or whatever, it's Ireland as the island of Ireland.
Umpire's call. Tentative.
He'll allow it.
For now.
I've
got one more, and there's so many great anthems. But I think just having to scroll through the list, I haven't heard this one, but I feel like they've got a bit... There's a little bit to it that I reckon... Actually, you know what? Fuck that. Fuck that pick.
Fuck all that noise.
Going for the powerhouse. Deutschland.
He's going for the German national anthem.
I'm going German.
I like that.
Because,
Go big or go home, as I say.
Go big or go home. I've just finished a bunch of docos, so I'm a little bit hesitant to say some things, but,
That's fair.
Power hungry Germany.
Look, finally, we'd all thought that Good Charlotte would come out on top with the anthem. But this one is one that we can all sing along to, Sam. It's the Spanish national anthem. It has no lyrics.
Yeah.
Someone's written some lyrics, but I think officially there are no lyrics to the Spanish national anthem.
Okay.
So we can all raise a glass and sing along to that one as well.
Make it up as we go along.
Exactly.
Vamos. We'll take what we just said in the last 2 minutes there and cut that because that is a lawsuit waiting to happen.
That's correct.
We weren't talking about a specific...
Ranking countries, Sam. Who would have thought?
No, we weren't even talking about countries, but, as is the way of this world.
Yes.
But Breakdown of the Week is back.
Yep.
And in celebration of them touring Australia with Half Living Things, I thought I'd give you a bit of Alpha Wolf.
Give it to me.
This song is a bit of a deep cut. Mm-hmm. It's called Fein.
Fein? F-A-I-N?
F-E-I-G-N.
Oh.
Fein?
Yep.
Yeah. So let me just...
Takes a hot minute.
It does. Sorry, I came in a bit early.
I can tell.
Sometimes it happens. Here we go.
Why are you mumbling, Sam? It's got big Doom energy.
It does.
Big Mick Gordon energy.
It's hefty. It's bouncy.
Was Mick related to the production of that song?
No.
No. Because he's from Australia, Mick Gordon.
Is he?
The guy that wrote the Doom soundtrack.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well, that's just a little bit of insight for you.
Nice. I didn't know that.
Alpha Wolf meets Doom.
Fein.
Alpha Wolf from Half Living Things. Touring in Australia now.
Lovely.
I'll be at the Brisbane show.
Catch Sam there.
Don't catch me there.
Catch him there or catch him square.
Well, that seems like a perfect way to wrap up the show. Max has said something lame, so we're cutting the show.
Don't forget that we will be back in your feed this Friday with an interview with Juno. So,
Juno!
hang with bated breath, Sam.
Sorry.
If you haven't gotten around to it, follow us on the socials, chuck us a like and a review, all that kind of jazz.
All that jazz. We appreciate every single one of you.
Exactly. This week I sat down with Brizzy duo, Juno. They're playing both at Big Sound and Sweet Relief Festival coming up in September.
Arguably our favourite festival, Big Sound.
I would say so, absolutely. And to be honest, Sweet Relief it's quickly coming up the ranks as well.
Sweet Relief Brisbane.
Fuck,
that was such a stretch.
I really enjoyed it. I'm really going to turn that up for the listeners. So yeah, I sat down with Carlia and Sam to
Yep.
kind of find out what they're planning to ahead of Big Sound, what they're planning for Sweet Relief, and also to get a bit of an inside scoop on a bit of a nightmare story that Carlia had over the previous band with a label rep. So,
Oh, yeah, nice.
So yeah, stay tuned in. It's always a treat to have some fellow Brisbaneites on the podcast, and this week we're joined by two of the best, Sam and Carlia from the pop duo Juno. Welcome to the show. At least Carlia so far. We're waiting for Sam. He's still brewing the coffee. How's it going?
Really good, thanks. Actually, just as we're saying, Sam is literally just walking in.
Perfect timing. Perfect
we
timing.
are Juno, the pop duo right now. Yeah.
Oh, no.
No, we're good, thanks. Thanks for having us. I'm Carlia. This is Sam. He's just arrived.
He's coffee in hand. He's looking
It's like
snug.
we planned it.
We like to start the show kind of the same way each week, which is to find out what you guys have been listening to. So, what's been spinning in your Spotify playlists or your Apple Music playlist or whatever you use to kind of listen to music?
Hell yeah. Okay, I've been listening to Clara's new album, Charm. I love this album so much. It feels like a warm hug and it feels very nostalgic. I love every single song on it. So I've listened to that. Remy Wolf's new album, Charlie XCX's new album, all very different vibes, but I've just been loving all of them. Yeah, what about you?
I have been playing a lot of Fortnite recently.
Just going to Fortnite Festival.
Yeah, pretty much. So a lot of Metallica right now.
Yeah.
That's a good spread.
It's a good spread. Yeah, I've been making a lot of music recently, so I have been listening to a lot of music. So genuinely, my music consumption has come from Fortnite recently.
Well,
Yeah.
that's okay.
You can cut this out, right?
Are Metallica having their Brat Girl Summer too? Like that's a vibe.
We all are. Yeah, they are. Definitely are.
Let's dive into the Juno sound. You know, it's funky, it's R&B inflected. It feels very confident in itself when you listen to it. For you guys, I suppose, like let's cut to the beginning. Do most tracks sort of start as a jam that you build from, or is there like kind of a set of lyrics that you want to sit down and find the right vibe track to? How does each track kind of start out?
Yeah, it's a funny time actually, because like right now it's a bit of both. Like beforehand, it was the former. Like we would just kind of hang in the studio and Carly would kind of like write the song as I made the production and the instrumental and stuff. So it's a jam in the sense that we would kind of go back and forth, and like I would try and feed off her lyrics. She would try and write something that worked for the instrumental I was making. And that was really cool. But like we kind of changed the process up a little bit recently, where I don't start producing it or making the beat and stuff until the song itself is done, which is like actually how people, I think, write songs. It's new to me. I've always been production first, you know what I mean? I've like made beats and stuff like that. So now we just like sit with guitars, figure out the message of the song, figure out what we're going for, and then we'll go from there. And it's been really fun because like what's cool about that is that when we have a song, I kind of feel like there's so much more things we can try on the production afterwards because the song's already good. You know what I mean? Like we can just do weird stuff, try and push into other genres or do a weird sound here or there and stuff. It's like if it doesn't work, it's like at the end of the day, the song's still cool. So we can just always kind of fall back on that. So it's been a really fun process actually. And I know it sounds silly to be like
make a good song.
Write the song first but that's honestly like I've always just made beats and stuff. So it's been really fun for me.
Is it because I mean you mentioned there that you're venturing into other genres and kind of the Juno discography so far, there is that kind of branch across a few different sounds. But one thing that kind of sits across a lot of the tracks that we've found, or that we've been listening to, is that it's sort of a little bit of a slower track, but with a very busy groove that gives it this kind of like smouldering, sexy, hot and heavy feel. Is that something that kind of, when you were sitting down doing the beats first, maybe on that production style, that was the sort of the vibe you were going for, intentionally, or was that something that just sort of came about and then kind of morphed into a Juno sound?
Yeah, maybe not intentionally per se, but we always talk about like how much a groove can impact like how a song or how like a song comes across genre wise, I suppose. So like I just really like drums, you know what I mean? So we just always mess around with that, and like we always want our drums, even if it's like a chiller song, we always want the drums to be like massive and like really forward in the mix and have a cool texture. and stuff like that. And like we both came from before this, we came from like rock music. I was into metal as well, hence Metallica, and and like so we really like big like massive drums and all that kind of stuff. So I think it's just an accidental thing that's come from that. You know what I mean? But yeah, I just really appreciate how much like I think if you were to change the drum samples and drum feel on a song, you could almost like completely impact the genre. So it's kind of fun just like trying to find our way through that.
100%. You mentioned there that there's been a change in how you're writing the songs. That sounds like there's songs being written right now. What can you kind of give us an insight into as to what's up and coming?
Yeah, well, we do have a single coming out this month, maybe. But we're also kind of like overdue to put out a body of work. So Sam and I have been, because we haven't put out like an EP or anything yet, and so Sam and I have been doing a lot of writing because it's like quite a big deal. Like your first EP, it really has to show where you're at, but also like where you're wanting to head. And we've had a little bit of just like spicy existential crisis. So like, who are we? Yeah, but that's kind of good in a way. I feel like we're learning a lot about ourselves. And one of the things, like Sam mentioned, was going back to the roots of just sitting with a guitar and playing a song. And if it feels good, then whatever you do from there will be good. And I think beforehand, there were times where we were writing, just really leaning on the production, like saving the song. But yeah, just start, like Sam said, starting from a place of just like, because I came from folk music, as well as like the rockier stuff. And that is just straight up guitar, sing a melody. If it feels good, go from there. So yeah, we're kind of like branching into that a little bit more with the CP. And yeah, we're writing like my favorite songs we've written them. I'm so excited. By far our best songs.
That's always an exciting, it's always exciting when sort of as an artist, you guys have got this body of work that that you're going to love and that the audience is going to love, but it hasn't quite come out yet. Do you feel like it's a, I suppose, you'll get to sample it at Big Sound and Sweet Relief coming up, but do you feel like it's kind of yours to hold for now, to sort of be like, we want to cherish this thing before it goes out into the world?
Kinda. I find it so annoying. I just gonna like put it out right now. I'm like, that's the old us. You don't understand. We're way better now, but you just don't know it. That's how I feel about that. So yeah, I guess cherish. No, probably I just find it annoying. I just wanted to put it all out. I'd put it out tomorrow if I could, but
we just really like making stuff and showing people stuff.
Yeah,
so the sooner we can get it out, the better, really.
So I like put like teaser snippets on our Instagram, and our manager will be like,
yeah,
"What are you doing?"
Yeah. Well, I do that.
And Sam does it too. It's like, "It's not ready, don't show."
It's like,
I'm so excited.
No, my production, people are gonna judge me. The mix is bad.
No one cares.
I mean, as I mentioned, you guys are going to get a chance to play a bit of that live in Big Sound here in Brizzy in a couple of weeks. You're going to have a lot of performances all stacked together in 1 week. Is there sort of like a post-game analysis that you're going to have between each show to go like, all right, here's what worked, here's what didn't, here's how we can change it up?
Yeah, like I think we're gonna have to, like, because our schedule worked out really well. We have a day off after every show we play, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah, almost.
So it's like Wednesday, whatever, something to that effect. And yeah, I think because we want to try some new stuff, we want to show people new stuff, but also we don't have a show coming up before Big Sound. It's like usually we use the shows to see how people feel about stuff. So we're really spending a lot of time in the studio, getting a lot of different stuff ready in the rehearsal room. Getting a lot of different stuff ready, and then like we can kind of be like, okay, we're going to play this new song on our first showcase at Big Sound. How did that go? Okay, terribly. Let's sub in another song and we'll try it. So we're like, we kind of like try and keep it pretty open, and just see how things go. Let the audience kind of react accordingly and dictate. And I think you can really tell how things go in a room like that. So, yeah, we'll just have to be conscious and see what happens, I guess. Because then at the end of the week we have Sweet Relief, so we almost have all week to just see how it goes, and then we want to smash people then, destroy them.
Is there another band or artist or producer that you might want to sort of find and chat to at Big Sound or the Big Sound lineup that you could see working as a collab with Juno?
Oh, that's a good question. I haven't like looked too deeply into that yet, but definitely, like, I think part of the cool thing about Big Sound is that you just meet so many amazing artists and get so inspired. And a big part of what we're doing this year is we've been doing a lot of writing sessions and a lot of collaborating, and it's really refreshed our view on music and Juno and what we want to do in the future. So yes, extremely open to collaboration and definitely keeping our eye out, and we'll definitely be checking out the lineup to see if there's anyone we would vibe with.
They have nothing to do with us genre-wise, but Towns will be
I
there.
love those guys.
I really want to write with them. That would be the strangest collab of all time.
I can see it working for sure.
Yeah.
Their whole like 90s, 2000s nostalgia, like pop punk thing is so good. So
exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
And that's something we're kind of leaning a bit more into at the moment as well. We both realize, I mean, that's like, you know, the era we grew up in and the music we're nostalgic for and stuff. We're like letting that finally kind of like bleed into our music a little bit. So I'm like, well, maybe it'll make some sense.
Yeah.
You know, maybe we can make it work.
It's the Linkin Park Jay-Z crossover of our generation. It's great.
Straight up.
Damn.
You've made that make sense to me. Thank you.
Karl, you mentioned earlier that you used to be sort of like in a folk music space. You were in a band with your siblings called the Fergies. Last year, you wrote a really interesting and kind of quite scary piece about how you guys were sort of taken on a bit of a ride by a label rep who fucked you over a little bit, and then it all kind of came to a nice just end in court for that rep. Coming into Big Sound, there's going to be a stack of artists, young artists, who might find themselves looking for a rep or manager or a PR person or any kind of like industry people. Do you have any advice for those artists who are going into those kind of negotiations or meetings to sort of think about what works for them as artists?
Yeah, for sure. I think a big thing would be to know your worth and to not go in there with desperate energy. Because I think it's quite prevalent in a lot of artists, that feeling of, I want the opportunity, my time will pass. If I don't say yes to this, then I'll lose my chance. Like I might only get one chance to make it. And that is such a dangerous place to be when, you know, there's people out there who will take advantage of that. And there's a lot of good people out there in the industry. Like we meet them all the time, but there are sharks. And if you enter a space willing to take any deal or, you know, give up a lot of your power as an artist and as a human being, you could end up in a situation like I was in where, like you said, I was shelved for 3 years and it was a nightmare. And, you know, I learned a lot from that experience, but I wouldn't wish it on any artist. So I think knowing your worth, I think is a big one, and knowing that, you know, this person you're sitting with who's offering you the stuff, they're not going to be the first person to do that, especially if you've spent a lot of time creating who you are as an artist and putting a lot into it and building something that is powerful. And what you have is worth protecting.
Stay indie if it doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
Otherwise, just...
Especially in this day and age.
Yeah. The internet exists.
Yeah.
Make TikToks.
Yeah.
Fine.
There'll be another label rep for sure coming knocking when you have that success.
This won't be the last meeting you're in. So
Totally.
Soon,
Totally.
Look, we've already mentioned it. Big Sound is going to be in you know, it's all prep work for Sweet Relief when we get there on Saturday the 7th of September. You guys are hitting the stage alongside Khalees and the Presets and a few other artists. You know, after a few sort of short, intimate club type shows with Big Sound, how do you feel like you're going to change it up to make the big stage work for you guys?
Karl will make it happen.
You run challenge around, and willing
you run around like a madman. It's crazy.
I'll be doing jumping jacks, cartwheels.
Oh damn!
Splits. No. Well, it'll be a slightly bigger band and a slightly longer set. And just generally speaking, it's going to be a bigger stage than any that we do at Big Sound. So I think it'll just be a good opportunity to fill it up. And we have a very energetic band, and they're all like insanely good in their own right. Like every single member of our band could be a solo artist and kind of are as well. So like there's such like big personalities on stage. So I think the set that we do, it's also like the end of a very busy week for us. So I think we're all probably just going to send it. You know, and I'm very, very, very keen for it.
Give it a huge nudge. I like that.
Yeah.
Then after you'll have had a huge, you know, week of shows. Do you at least have some nice rest planned after that? That surely something.
We've been talking about it. It's really tricky. We've been talking about maybe getting away for like a few days just to breathe for a little bit because like it is literally 2 months that are going to be very hectic for us. But at the same time, I don't know. We have some stuff that we want to do by the end of the year and then the beginning of next year. So it honestly could go either way.
Do you ever just look at your calendar and be like, oh, I'm so busy for a few weeks, and then you just keep booking stuff though, and then you don't book time off? We've been doing that for about 2 years now.
Yeah.
It's just like, we're like, all right, the busy period's coming to an end soon, and then we just keep adding to it, and it never ends. So we'll see.
Look, that's good problems to have. There's way worse problems.
Yeah, no, we're lucky.
It's great.
It's good
great.
life.
We get to work on music all the time. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Juno's latest single is I'm the Man. It's out now wherever you get your music, but it sounds like there might be a little bit more coming down the pipe very soon. You can catch them live at Big Sound all over Fortitude Valley between September 3rd and 6th. If you can't get out and about on a school night, though, catch them on stage for Sweet Relief Festival at Ballymore Stadium alongside Khalees, The Presets, Electric Fields and Haiku Hands on September 7th. Juno, thanks so much for taking the time out this morning to have a chat with us.
No, thanks so much for having us.
Thanks
that was
for having
fun.
us.